Hello, Sam Owens here, and we have a product here that I think is going to fit a lot of bills for a lot of people, and it's going to make a great gift if you were looking for that special something for that person that you want to give them something unique. This is it. It's called a multi-tool pen. And it has about 6 functions in it, and every one of them are really useful functions too. There's not one that I can see that is totally wasted. And this is the way it goes. Put that over, and you get this nice little long user manual, and this has some nice photos in there and a lot of detail of just how to use the pen and work with the different features. Some of the features are hidden underneath, so we're going to look at them all. But I just wanted to show you what is in the manual. We're going to take it out, and right here you just have a place to stick your finger in there and lift it out. But I found you can just grab the clip there and pull it right out. Now you got to realize it's got so many features. It does have a little more weight than a normal pen would have, but just to get a good look over to the right, you'll be able to see some close-ups of it. Okay, we're going to start out with the fact that it's a ballpoint pen of all things, and the way you operate the ballpoint pen is you just turn this, and then you can write. And one of the things they give you is an extra refill. There's 2 refills in here, so you got plenty of refill there to handle all your writing needs. Okay, and then you retract it that way. Okay, one of the other things it has right off the bat is a ruler in metric and inches. Right there are 4 inches, and then here are your different metrics. Here is 1 to 300, and you have 1 to 200 and 1 to 100, and each of these little units here is a measurement. So if you need that kind of measuring in your trade or occupation, this is quite easy to lay down and make some measurements there. The other is you have a very powerful magnet right here on the top, and let me just see. Here we have something right here. I'll just pull this tip out and just show you how strong this is. Look, it just snaps up. And actually, it'll even hold its own weight right there, so you can store it someplace when you need to. And it'll even hold like that. And look, I can even open the door with it. It's very, very powerful. I was really surprised at how strong it is. Now, let's say you're in a situation where you need a light. Just unscrew this. Now this is the part that, you know, what are you going to do with this? But you don't want to lose it, because this is your magnet right here. Right in the top, right there, is a pen light. You just push it, and now you can look, and a handy little light. That is so cool. And you just push, and it'll go back. And then you just screw that back down, and you're set. That's 3. Now, one of the things is right here is a bubble level. You can find out if something's level just by laying it on there. And see, you can twist it to where you can see it from this angle up or on the other side. So I can look at it right there, and I see that my desk or my workbench is almost level. It's got to be up. Needs to be up about that much. Let's see. A little less than that. So anyway, right there, I'm going to see if you can see that little bubble moving back and forth. So that's a nice feature right there. And now when you go counterclockwise, you can unscrew this and look what you have, a 2.5 Phillips. You know, for a little bitty screw that you need to take off, like on the back of these, or some screws, you could open this up. Any little small screw, Phillips screw, you have a little backup screwdriver, and sometimes that's handy around the office. Glasses, you know. And then we have the replacement pin. You unscrew this and you can get access to the refill right here. This is a knurled area, so you can grip it and unscrew this, and this is how you pull the refill out, or the ink cartridge. And then you would take this off and put it on a new one, this right here, and then stick it back in. I don't really need a new one, I just wanted to show that to you. And there is a Phillips screwdriver head there, but it's a little larger than this particular one. So this one's not designed for it. It's the next size up, I think number 1. Okay, and then you screw this back in tight, and now you have your ballpoint pen option. Okay, now we put this back together. You just screw this in. Okay, and then you put this back together. And then your pen is back to normal. They're showing the battery replacement for the pen, or pen light, on this area right here. You unscrew this. But right here is the battery component and the light, and those 3 little cells, they're similar to these type batteries, and there's 3 of them in there, and they even tell you it's LR41. This is where it lives, in this end right here. So you would unscrew that. Let's see, they're showing, yep, let's see. Now, here's something I had to put a little force to it. And right here, there's a little collar that I had to actually put pliers across there and really put some force to get this loose. It would not. There's no way this would just come loose. This may have been just this particular pen, but if you find you cannot unscrew this by hand, then a little bit of persuasion right on this collar, not on the threads, but on the collar, and I guarantee you it'll come loose. Because if you're going to change the batteries are in this part right here, and it's very clear how this works. Is you have to take this part right here, and the light bulb is there, and unscrew it. That's another section. And then when you unscrew this like this, okay, this is the head end. Now the batteries are down in there, and you want to look at the way they go. It's showing, let's see, that is the flat side right there. See, there's two sides right there and right there. This goes toward out. So they're like that. And this one is like this. And this one is like that. And there's no springs that fall out. The only spring is at this end here, right there. Okay, so they go back in that order. And right here, oh, it was LR 41 are the batteries. So these should be new, and I put them right back in. And there's the other thing, is you might want to stick them in like this. Put your finger up there, then hold that, stick this one up, hold that, and then stick this one up. And then they're all in there correctly. And then, got to be very careful not to cross thread this. When it goes in, it's kind of wobbly, and it will, you know, they're coarse threads. And so once you get her in there, get her good and tight, and then you'll put it back together by sticking this in there. And then there's one side right here with a notch in it. This is the part that this is going to end up the clip. So once you get her in there, you can kind of hold that in that position, and then you slowly find the threads and start screwing it in. Just let it spin around until you get it to where there, and you might spin the barrel of the pen and it might work a little easier. And then find that flat spot, and then I don't know if I like changing batteries. You wouldn't do this that often. Okay. And this doesn't have to be locked down as tight as it was from the factory. Just hand tight is all you need right there, and that should be sufficient. And the light works, so I got her in correctly. Oh, you actually want it over here, so I got to loosen it up and just a little bit, and then tighten it down as best you can. There. And we're back to normal. Okay. Put this back on. And I'm ready to use my unique pen. And if I receive this as a gift, I would be very happy because I can find a lot of uses for this. This is like a those Leatherman tools that have everything, a can opener and a tree saw. This is right up there with it.